This video is going to be a long one. There's a lot of basics in this game. Also, sorry for the low mic quality. I don't know why it's so low. It's going to be different in this. The rest of it's relatively quiet, but just be prepared for the long video. There's a lot of basics in the game. Alright, see ya. The Spellbreak NDA has lifted finally, and we can now post videos about Spellbreak. If you somehow don't know what this game is, from the wave of Spellbreak content that's come out today, it's basically a mage class-based Battle Royale RPG-esque kind of thing. It's fun. It's a good game. The combat takes a while to get used to, and you have to do like gauntlet combos and all that, which is basically your main attacks. We're going to go into a practice, and I'm basically going to explain how the game works. So, oh, hey, okay. I see they changed this up quite a bit. Alright. I like this. So, okay, this is all new. Alright, so basically, these are the gauntlets, obviously. So yeah, these are the gauntlets. They are the fundamentals of the game, essentially. They're your basic attacks. I'll just pick one up right now. So legendary toxic, I'll just pick that up for now. So since it's on my left hand, you would just left click to shoot it. It's basically your shotgun of the game, and then it'll leave like a pool of like poison, I guess, on the ground, acid. You have a double jump, so you can do that too. So yeah, it leaves a pool of acid on the ground, and then when you're close range, it does good damage too. It also hurts you. It does good damage at close range, so it's 64 if you hit all 4 of them, at close range, of course. Then there's, for example, you can put one on your right hand as well, so, let's just do, yeah, you can emote as well. Let's just, for example, let's do, where is it, fire. Yeah, fire. So fire is just a fireball, really. It's one of the more basic gauntlets. It's also one of the stronger gauntlets in the game. It's strong. So, gauntlet combos are, like, you have the gauntlets, right? And then you have the gauntlet combos. You can't shoot both at once, but you can do one by one. So gauntlet combos, basically, for example, fire and poison. I could put poison on the ground, and I could fireball it, and it just makes this, and I could make like a massive thing of poison. Fireball. That's basically gauntlet combos 101. And then you have your sorceries, which are for each gauntlet. For poison, it would just be a poison cloud. And then for fire, it would be a fireball. And with the poison cloud, yes, you can set that on fire too and make that. And then yes, you can make green fire, which I don't know what the difference is. I haven't really tested that fully yet, but yeah, you can make green fire, and of course it hurts you too. So yeah, that's that. I'm just gonna drop these. Then you have belts. There's all different kinds of it. It's one of the more important parts of the game. There's just the basic student's belts. These all give different things. Like there's lightning and poison, where you take less damage from lightning and poison attacks. Fire and ice, same thing. Earth and wind, same thing. Runic study is basically just gives you more rune charges. So if you have, say, the blink rune, where I can find that somewhere over here. Blink rune, here we go. So normally it would be 3 charges, so I'll let that charge up. And one more. Normally you get 3, then you can put it on again, and you would get a 4th one. And to use that, you would just press R, or whatever your keybind is for it, and you would just teleport forward a bit. And it's actually a pretty strong rune, because it just goes wherever you're looking, really. So yeah, that's that. So runes, there's a bunch of different runes. There's, like, Featherfall. I'll just stock up on the invisibility, which obviously makes you invisible. So I'm not even gonna bother with that. Teleportation, teleportation can actually teleport you really far. It's one of my favorite runes in the game. Flight rune's also another one of my favorites, and then Wolf's Blood is incredibly good as well, and then Shadow Step is also really good. So, Featherfall, it launches you up in the air, and you can just keep attacking. So you can attack without gauntlets too, I didn't mention that. So that's Featherfall. Wolf's Blood, it lets you see people through walls in a certain radius for, I think it's, how long is it? Yeah, 40 seconds. It's a good one. One of the more powerful ones for sure. So I'll activate that once it charges. So there's that, and then you would, it's a pretty big range of where you can see people through walls. So the countdown now. Shadow Step is also another really good one. I'll just wait for that to charge too. So yeah. So the Shadow Step rune, it's kind of like Blink in a way, but after you use it, you kind of go invisible for how long? Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, you blink a short distance and you go invisible. So I can use that here. It's a stronger blink, and then you go invisible for about that long. Yeah. So that's that. The teleportation and flight's pretty easy. So teleportation is a very good rune for entering combat and then ditching it, just because of how far it can actually teleport you. So I'll wait for that to charge, and okay. So I'm gonna get some high ground here. I'll just head up here. So the teleportation rune is insane. Oh, okay, yeah, it can go really far. So it can pretty much just go anywhere. So if I really wanted to, I could just teleport over there, and then I would just be here. So that's that. Flight lets you fly for 4 seconds. Yeah, it can be interrupted though, so just be wary of that. So the Wind Gauntlet, if anyone tells you that it's good for DPS, they're wrong. Like, yeah, it attacks fast, but it's not good. It's not normally used for DPS unless it's all you have. Because what you can actually do with it, if you look down and hit the ground, then it launches you up in the air. This can be typically strong with the Tempest class, which I'll cover after. So yeah, the Wind Gauntlet's not really great for DPS. Like, it does 10 damage a hit, but it also, yeah, that. And then your sorcery for it is just, which can combo very well with certain things, like fire, and make a fire tornado, just for an example. So that's wind. It doesn't really, well, actual wind ability doesn't really combo with anything, so it's a decent one for utility, and then you're gonna want like a main fighting one. A good beginner one, it would be Earth and Fire, because Earth and Fire are the two most heavy-hitting gauntlets, you could say. I think Earth does about 40 damage, Fire does about 30, something like that, or they both do 30. So Fire is obviously Fireball, and then Earth, you can only hit people that are on the ground. It just punches the ground, and it goes not further than I remember. It's pretty strong. So Earth Sorcery is a giant boulder that does like 50 damage from last time I checked. I could check. And then that does 45, and Fire does 45 as well, so they buffed that. But yeah, and this does how much damage? We'll see after. Okay. So the Firewall, what you can do with if you put down the Fireball, then you can and then it'll make more fire, which I believe does more damage. Yeah. The Earth is a very strong ability to have while you're activating. So you can use it in midair, but you hit the ground. Hold down and then, yeah. So that's basically that. So there's just another combo. It's a good beginner combo. Just because you don't necessarily have to aim a whole lot, and the fire's got splash damage and all that, so it shouldn't really matter too much. Yeah. So there's the Frost Gauntlet, there's the Flame Gauntlet, or Stone Gauntlet, Wind Gauntlet, Lightning Gauntlet, and Toxic Gauntlet. They all do their own things with combination. I'm not going to go over that. It'll take just forever, because there's just so many. For now, I'll just hold two cool looking ones. Yeah, I'll just hold two cool looking gauntlets for now. Alright, yeah. Ice is good for a range. It's basically just sniper, fire, pretty much anything really. So yeah, that's just all I'm really gonna touch over for Gauntlet. Amulets, same thing as belts. They do different things. Like these are mainly for like mana and all that. Because you can like, yeah, it's basically for mana, health, shield, all that kind of stuff. That's basically what amulets are for. Yeah, and then boots. They're for speed. Some of them are for invisibility. Like these make you jump higher. Obviously, the boots are leaping. You make no noise, and this lets you go invisible every 10 seconds, and you gain stealth for 5. So we're just gonna activate this. These are very good boots for endgame because you just go invisible and no one's gonna be able to see you. But you can just, if you really wanted to stop being invisible, you can't attack while you're invisible. I don't think that's how it works. So that's basically that. I'm gonna take these off so it doesn't get annoying to look at. Yeah, then there's just a bunch of these. Some of them most of them make you faster or jump higher. That's essentially what boots are for. So I'm gonna get over mana real quick. So mana is the bar above your health. Unless you drink shields, then that's another thing. It's just basic shields from other games. Just soaks up more damage, basically. So the mana, how it works, it's pretty obvious. You just attack a bunch and then your mana can run out. But so if you want to mana, you have to recharge it, which takes time. And then what you can do is you don't want to use all your mana. If you don't want to recharge it, what you can do, you can just stomp 1-4, and then it just recharges like that. I don't really think it makes much of a difference. It makes much of a difference, but it's preference, I guess. And the class system, likely one of the most important things in the game, because it's essentially what this game is. So the classes, there's Bulwark, which is like defense and stuff. Conduit works off your lightning gauntlet, so if you don't have a lightning gauntlet, then Conduit's not really going to be great. Crackshot is just like all around damage buff to pretty much everything. Frostborn is for your ice, Pyromancer's for fire, but this is also with the fire and earth one, Pyromancer and Bulwark is what I did and got me a win, so it's a strong combo. So Pyromancer Bulwark is really good. You choose 2 classes. So Pyromancer's for the fire class essentially. Scavenger is just it's a good starter class, like if you haven't played much of the game. It's a good class to start with. Tempest, it's for wind. One strong thing that, well, people used to use it like pretty much exclusively was Tempest Crackshot. It was just strong, because it was just such big buffs. Stone Shaper is for your Earth Gauntlet, and it kind of makes you a little tankier in some cases. Scholar is runes and stuff. It's essentially just runes. And target you hit or outlines, that's basically that. Toxicologist, it's your poison gauntlet, it's your all-around clouds and stuff. It's immunity to your own poison, all that. Then Zealot is an interesting class. I don't prefer Zealot, but it's mainly because it's risky, but you can damage yourself and you gain armor, like, for example, Blood Armor 1, every 3 seconds gain 3 armor but lose 2 health. So you basically just go really low health and really high shield. But it's not great because then you need to stock up on health potions. So it's not my class. It's a good class though, because you get damage buffs and HP buffs and shield buffs and all that. So that's essentially classes. So just to get this off my screen, I'm just gonna go like that. And then you have skill points. I'm just gonna put a bunch of these. So in game, every time the circle closes in, So every time the circle closes in, you would get to choose your scroll menu, and you could pick this. So ignite and transference. You get to choose between 1 per class. So for example, if I took ignite, then I could get I think it's up to 3 per thing. So you can get ignite. Each class has different things. I'm not gonna brush over that each class, and maybe that's another video. But this is basically just the basics of Spellbreak, essentially. So, transference, it just really whatever, and you can just become super strong and all that. So, yeah, that's basically that. And then, I'm just in the training, so that's why this is here. But you get a skill point every time the circle closes in, and you can do that once. And then there's things on the map, like, this is the training map, but, there can sometimes be things marked on the map. It would be, just like a red circle kind of thing, where a skill point spawns, but, like, you have to go, there's likely gonna be people there, because upgrading your skill tree is essential, just like survival basically, and doing more damage. So that's something that you'll end up needing to do. It doesn't matter how much you do it, you have to do it. It's good to get as many as you can, obviously. It's a skill tree, you're gonna want to upgrade it. But basically, like,